But moving on to our main question today, is which hybrid RAG techniques are you the most excited about and why? I guess I'll mention a hybrid RAG, which includes multimodal data, which could be text or images. And this is useful for recommender systems, for example, where you have many different texts, maybe images, videos, representing the same object, an item. Also chatbots, which you might want to bring in sources of data from PowerPoint slides and videos and different company assets. In both cases, you would need the re-ranker. With the multimodal models, a linear reciprocal rank fusion works, but for the other things, you would need an actual other LLM as the re-ranker, such as the Colbert v2 late interactions. I will pass it on to Ofer.
Yeah, so absolutely excited about those things. I would add to that, one of the things I've been working on recently, which I think is really exciting, is agentic RAG. If you haven't heard about this, agentic RAG is this ability to take the kind of, I'll call it vanilla RAG, for lack of a better word here, and add to that automated agentic capability. So this will be the ability to look at the query and sometimes break it down into multiple RAG queries, understand the context, and agentic RAG uses tools. So you can give it tools to ask queries and get the response, but also integrate calls to REST APIs and things like this that can give you real-time information. Take all of that context, both the kind of the retrieved context as well as the real-time context, fit it into the LLM, and get the LLM to give you a much more contextual response. So it's really important for enterprise deployments, for example, where you want to call, let's say, a database call and get some other information when you build your RAG system. So really excited about agentic RAG. A plug for me, we just launched something called Vectara Agentic, which allows you to use agentic RAG with Vectara. But if you're interested, you can find it in our booth later on. But pass it over to Prashant.
Oh yeah, sure. So I think one thing to clarify regarding hybrid RAG is that it's essentially an extension to vector RAG, because when RAG first came out, it was vector only for obvious reasons. And recently, there's been a lot of buzz around the term graph RAG, so I'm really, really excited about this, working at a graph database company as well. And I'll briefly touch upon why I think it's exciting, because what graphs provide is they explicitly model the entities and relationships in the data. And what's been happening in the last several months is there's been more and more work coming out that document the benefits of having a graph alongside a vector database. And the combination of these two essentially allows you to retrieve different parts of the context and combine these contexts in a way that you can actually pass that to the generation model for better response. Now, it's not guaranteed that graph RAG is always better than vector RAG, which is why the evaluation methodologies that we mentioned before are really important. But in a nutshell, the idea of explicit relationships being captured in this workflow, I think, are what's most exciting. And as these systems get more mature, I think agentic systems are also going to come into this world as well. So you might have agents that are calling tools on one hand, vector databases on the other hand, and graph databases. And all of these work in harmony to provide the LLM with the required context.
Great, thanks. So lots of exciting things. And we're not able to talk about all of the things we really want to talk about. So feel free to hit us up on the app, and we're happy to send out more links.